Well, hey fans, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Spoilers, and today we're talking spoilers for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I know you guys think this review is kind of late. I normally put out my spoiler reviews after I've seen the movie in theaters, but time got away from me and the family. We had a kid, yada yada yada. Just came out on Blu-ray and 4K and all that, so putting it out now. And speaking of that, I bought my first 4K movie this week, and it was Ant-Man and the Wasp. So it actually has the pleasure of being my first 4K movie ever, even though I don't have a 4K player. But it comes with the Blu-ray and the digital code and a nice little booklet, which is why I got it. I should have did that for Infinity War, but I was being stupid and didn't do it. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, a really fun movie. It was a nice settle down from the events of Infinity War. It kind of happens after Civil War, during Infinity War, and at the end of Infinity War, basically. And when I wrote the review after I saw the movie, I believe I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. It was a decent movie. Didn't really further the story of the MCU that much, but it may. We don't really know what's going to happen in Infinity War Part 2, or whatever ends up being named. I still think it's going to be called Infinity Crusade, but I'm probably wrong. Things I really enjoyed about this movie. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, is amazing. He's great. He's hilarious. His relationship with his daughter is still just as wonderful as ever. The opening scene with them doing that little traveling through the tunnel scene was great. Michael Peña, he's great as Louise. I wish we got at least one more long story out of him, but it was pretty good. And can't remember the actress's name, but let me figure it out. She plays Hope. I should have brought my phone in here. Evangeline Lilly. That is it. Evangeline Lilly. She is great as the Wasp. And just, it's kind of like her and Scott. Janet and Scott are like broken up. You can tell they had a relationship in the past, but due to the events of Civil War, they're no longer together because even though he was helping Captain America pretty much save the world, he didn't think about the effect it would have on Janet and Hank. So that dynamic was good. They should have explored it more. They didn't, but it's okay. The graphics, the design, every little bit of action in the movie was great. The whole shrinking and growing thing, they took it to a whole nother level in this movie, and it was great. And I think the epic voice guy said this movie would have blew people away like 10 years ago. He is right. It would have done a lot better way back when. And one thing they don't really bring about this movie, it didn't really perform that well. It did not perform that well for an MC movie. I think this is the first MCU movie not to break $1 billion in like 4 or 5 movies, something like that. And the media didn't really talk about it that much. They talked about when Justice League didn't make a lot of money, but of course that budget ballooned up so high that makes more sense. But they don't really like to talk about the MCU not making money. So, do I think we will get a third Ant-Man? Yes, I do. But I think it'll be a break between Ant-Man and the Wasp and Ant-Man 3, which I hope is called Giant Man, because you get it? Giant-Man. Whatever. But I think it'll probably be like 4 years, kind of like how you had Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok had a long break in between. Also the same thing, Doctor Strange. Whenever Doctor Strange 2 comes out, there's going to be a long span between that. So it's going to be one of those. As far as villains go, Sonny Birch, hilarious. I loved him as a small-time villain. He made me laugh throughout the entire film. But Ghost, Hannah John-Kamen. I wish we got more of her. Her power set, her backstory, it is all great. The way she relates to Laurence Fishburne's character is phenomenal. And the thing about it is that Ghost was a S.H.I.E.L.D. operative performing these hits and things behind the scenes, kind of like the Winter Soldier, because, it was really Hydra. So she was pretty much working for Hydra. Why didn't they have her take out Captain America and Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Where was she this whole time? She could have been there. She could turn invisible and whatnot, but why were they not using her to take out the event? Why was she not part of the Avengers Initiative? All these questions come up when they start throwing in these new characters who've been here this whole time. And I know for the sake of writing, she was added for the movie, of course. But when you're doing something like the MCU, some of these questions start to become apparent in your head. Like, where was she way back then? Where was this person? Where was that person? Stuff like that. Another thing about S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra, Hank apparently got Ghost's dad, Elias Starr. He got him fired. It's like because he was doing like some illegal stuff. So it's like what Hydra is still firing people. It's like Hydra is really just a normal place. You can get fired from Hydra, even though they're pretending to be Shield. But it's great, and as we all know now, and I'm just highlighting the important things. We did not get any follow through from the first Ant-Man, where that guy who was with Shield but was actually Hydra. He took the Hornet shrinking formula that the Yellow Jacket guy created in the first movie. He took that at the end. We don't get any allusions to what happened with that stuff, so that's probably going to come back in Ant-Man 3, that tech. So we'll find out more about that. We do get to see that they go into the quantum realm to save the original Wasp, Janet's mom, Hope, and there's like a little Easter egg when they're going down there. There's a city in the quantum realm, so that's a little Easter egg. We might get micros, something, I forget what those creatures are called that live in the tiny universe, whatever. But there's a city there. We get that, but when we get there, like, first of all, when she goes into the quantum realm, she's wearing her suit, like way back in the past. But when we find her helmet's off. They're smaller than oxygen molecules or atoms or whatever. So how they're breathing without their helmets makes zero sense. It's cool that she turned her wing into a dagger. That's awesome. But she's wearing like this cloak. Where did she get that cloak from? I don't know. There are certain things about it that don't make sense if you start to think about it, but just leave it alone. It's a fun time. But we pull her back. She has these cool quantum powers now that Ghost was in pain because her quantum phasing. She was coming in and out of phase all the time. It was like ripping her cells apart, and it caused her like just pain all the time. So she fixed that, and getting to the after credit scene, they send Scott into the quantum realm to get quantum healing particles to help finish her healing. And Scott makes a funny joke early in the movie about, you guys just put quantum in front of everything. This movie really does feel like they just put quantum in front of everything to sound smart. In the first movie, like, things actually really sounded smart. They didn't just put shrinking in front of everything. And Scott he's like, I have a degree in electrical engineering, whatever. He's kind of dumbed down in this movie. He's still smart, but he doesn't feel as smart as he was in the first movie. So there's that. But in the after credit scene, Hope, Janet, and Hank turn to ash because of Thanos' snap, and Scott is stuck in the quantum realm. Now, maybe Ghost will show up in Infinity War and save him. Somebody's going to come and save him. But Janet mentions, don't get caught in a time vortex. We won't be able to save you. Now, how does she know what a time vortex is? Like, how does she know? Unless it shows like images of the past. Like, did she go into one and somehow get out? Like, how does she know that is actually a time vortex? Just certain things were just silly. But overall, it's a really fun movie. Really great movie. I'm glad I got it on 4K. Probably going to watch it tonight. I will say head over to Stardust. I'm a superstar over there, and just click on my short review. I do a lot of other short reviews for movies, television as well. You can find the full review on YouTube and on the blog, flixfrog.wordpress.com. Make sure you head over there. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and Reddit. And please don't forget, if you like these videos, you like what you're seeing, you like all my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, do all that jazz. Share with your family, your friends, your co-workers. Make it happen for me, make it happen for you. We can grow this channel together. The next Let's Talk Spoilers will be Venom. I'm going to make sure I get that up for you guys. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.